We move to dams to Ahmed Darawsha, whose pictures we are following, and the fires that were in it after the resistance rained missiles on it in implementation of a threat spoken by Abu Ubaida, the official spokesman for the resistance and the Izz al-Din Al-Qassam Brigades. It seems that developments there are still continuing. Ahmed, and talk of an ongoing clash. Details.
At the Leonardo Hotel, where a clash takes place, an armed man appears to be inside this hotel off the beach of Ashdod. This is a strange thing. We are approximately 30 kilometers from Gaza City, from the Gaza Strip, but it appears that there is an armed clash. The Israeli army has not commented yet. There is conflicting news on the one hand. There is an allegation that this was an armed clash off the sea involving fighters from the Gaza Strip who may have entered from the sea, but there is another claim that the talk is about a monitoring error and that Israeli soldiers opened fire on each other. It is certain that there were 2 serious injuries, but it is not clear whether they were in a clash between a Palestinian fighter and Israeli occupation soldiers, or that Israeli occupation soldiers opened fire on each other after a mistake in monitoring and a mistake in identification. The event is still ongoing. The shooting stopped, but the area surrounding the hotel was filled with police officers. He spoke about the presence of more than 70 Israeli policemen in this area. This area is primarily a gathering point for journalists, but also a gathering point for Israeli occupation soldiers on their way to participate in investigation forces around the Gaza Strip. Certainly we are ahead. 2 soldiers were seriously injured in the Israeli army, and it is not clear whether a Palestinian fighter was martyred or whether it was an internal shooting due to a mistake.
Okay, in general, Ahmed, let us go over the most important events that happened today regarding Ashkelon and the Gila area in the Gaza Strip.
The most prominent events today are the return of armed clashes. It was more than a single armed clash, not the massive armed clashes we saw over the past 2 days in which more than 1 Palestinian fighter participated. Clashes today was limited, except for a clash that took place at Zakim Naval Base. There were 4 Palestinian fighters, and there was an exchange of fire with the Israeli occupation forces, even though the Zakim base is located on the sea. But the Palestinian fighters did not come from the sea, but rather were apparently inside Israeli territory, as Israel calls it. It seems that they entered from the Gaza Strip on the day of tyranny and toured different areas, from the Gaza Strip until they reached the Al-Zakim al-Asriya base, and the battle took place today. Likewise, the battle took place in more than one area.